All right, the first night of the Republican convention wasn't just about Donald Trump. The speakers, including the president's son, Donald Trump Jr., and his girlfriend, Kimberly Guilfoyle, painted a dark vision of a Joe Biden presidency, and they tried to change the narrative around the president's handling of the coronavirus. Our DC correspondent, Jessica Smith, is with us now for more on this. Good morning, Jess. What were some of the big takeaways for you last night?
Hey, Alexis. Well, the RNC and the campaign had previewed this optimistic and hopeful convention, but it was not that. As you mentioned, most of the speakers warned of this dark and chaotic America under a President Biden. And we heard a lot about socialism, about cancel culture, and about radical Democrats. Republicans also tried to sell President Trump's handling of the coronavirus, despite the fact that nearly 180,000 Americans are dead and the U.S. has more cases than any other country in the world. The two speakers that did seem to stand out were Nikki Haley and Senator Tim Scott. Haley told her story of growing up with two Indian immigrant parents. Scott told his family history and then his rise to the Senate. Both of them tried to defend against the charges of racism that we heard at the DNC last week. Let's watch.
This election is about your future, and it is critical to paint a full picture of the records of Donald Trump and Joe Biden. Joe Biden said if a black man didn't vote for him, he wasn't truly black. Joe Biden said black people are a monolithic community. It was Joe Biden who said poor kids can be just as smart as white kids.
We should note Biden did apologize and clarify some of those comments that he has made in the past. But the RNC and the campaign have told us to expect surprises each night. They have also told us to expect to see President Trump in some form each day of the convention. We did hear from President Trump yesterday when he spoke to delegates after they formally renominated him. And then he appeared in two video segments last night, one meeting with frontline workers and another meeting with former hostages who were freed during his time in office. Alexis and Brian.
So, Jess, I know we're going to be hearing from the First Lady, Melania Trump, tonight. Who else will be speaking, and any hints on what those surprises might be?
Yeah, not quite sure what those surprises are going to be yet, but yes, Melania Trump, the First Lady, will be speaking from the newly renovated Rose Garden. And then we'll also hear from a couple other members of the Trump family, Eric Trump and Tiffany Trump. We don't really hear from Tiffany Trump all of that often. We'll also hear from Secretary of State Mike Pompeo. That is an unusual move for the nation's top diplomat to speak at a political convention. He's gotten some criticism from Democrats on that decision. And then we will also hear from Senator Rand Paul and Iowa Governor Kim Reynolds.
All right, Jessica Smith, thank you.
Hey investors, Zach Guzman here. Are you interested in learning more about the markets and getting the latest financial news? Well, then click right here to subscribe to our Yahoo Finance YouTube channel. Get the latest up-to-the-minute market analysis, big interviews in the world of finance, and information on how to manage your money every day wherever you are.